So what happens, like for an overseas install, when they're ready for 2 and 3? Do they come back to you?
They do.
And do you send your team back out?
We do. We build them here and we send them back out. And also, as they want to make the space operational, we have blocked out in the framing for the additional AC units. So it's a very easy addition to add additional power and cooling because we know that in advance, and it's literally, you know, a very quick turnover.
But they don't have to pay for the equipment up front.
They don't. I mean, sometimes depending on how they want to scale, it just really depends on how much they want to scale and when they want to scale. Sometimes it's better to buy a little bit additional power and cooling up front, and then we're just giving them equipment room modules because they've already purchased enough cooling and power. Sometimes it's better just to cut the power and cooling where it is and block out for additional cooling units, and then know we're going to either, in this case, put on additional external generators, or we want to add, you know, generator rooms onto this. Yeah. Either way, it's a completely flexible system to add just additional modules as you scale up. Correct. And that's both horizontally, if we want to do it on the site, or if you're urban, to go vertically. So we can add additional floors if you're just going, like, we did a cable station in Colombia that actually takes 3 stories because they are in a more of an urban space, a little bit tighter space, and they needed to go up as opposed to out.
This building does have several different growth stages planned for it. So the generators in the power plant will supply, so they have an end-of-life capacity that they plan on supporting. The generators and the infrastructure, I'll say, is currently, at the initial implementation, will support roughly half of that end-of-life capacity. Then there's the current power plant that we have in there is about maybe 60 or 70% of that capacity. So what they can do is they can expand this space as needed, build that out, and then once they max that out, they can even double that yet again, like we saw in the video. And there's another module, this doorway planned for the end of the hallway here, and then there's another yet power room that's identical to this that will feed the other half. So you'll basically have 2 utility feeds coming in, 4 sets of generators, 2 sets of AC power plants, 4 sets of DC power plants, all powering this equipment. And the same thing with the cooling is that, you know, there's 2 units here, 2 units there, 2 units there, 2. So the end build out, I think, is 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, yeah, 10 AC units. As Amy said, the framing is there, so all we have to do is just cut a hole in that little finish, mount that unit. In this one, they didn't want to add equipment space. They wanted to build out the building with the full equipment space there. But we can also add that. So our initial plan for this building was that we were going to stop the building 1 mod short, since why build the space if you don't need it? You know, until you have that 3rd cable coming in, why bother? But no, that was one of their requirements. They wanted that space all day one. So they've got the space for their full capacity, but they've only got power and cooling for roughly 20% or 30% of their overall end of life. And that allows them to keep their initial expense down. And if they want to add it, they can just, you know, buy AC units, and, you know, we don't even have to build the modules here. We just have the equipment shipped. Our crews go down there. They mount the units on the outside. The batteries are hot pluggable. You just put them in. The rectifiers are hot pluggable. So you can just keep adding and adding and adding without having any impact on, you know, the operation of the existing facility. And not on this product, we can also then, like we're doing for the Brazil one, we're adding additional space right next to it. So we're even increasing the equipment space without taking down the initial facility. And so it's remaining operational by building a temporary wall, taking that down, building on.